Welcome Scorpio to your in-depth weekly horoscope for week commencing the 31st of July for the Sun or the Ascendant. This week's full moon occurs in the 4th house for you, which is quite tender, but you have a lot of action going on with the Sun and the retrograde Venus in your 10th house. And don't forget, over the last few months, there's been Mars, your traditional ruler, but also Mercury going through your 10th house where the Sun and Venus are. And all of those have been really pushing you to seize opportunities when it comes to promoting your talents, raising your profile, gaining more spotlight. You know, you sometimes can be a little bit reluctant to move into the sunshine, but I feel attention has come your way, which has been very gratifying. But I think the full moon might just be a reminder that perhaps it would be good to have some downtime, but it could also be the case that you're really going full steam ahead around goals and ambitions, but somebody close to you does need your support over the next couple of weeks, perhaps to do with hospital or doctor's appointments, or childcare. However, Mars, that traditional ruler, is in your sector of your future plans and also your friendships. And my word, it's forging an absolute cracker to Jupiter in your sector of relating. If there is a group of people or one particular person that you share a hobby around, or a passion for a sports team or a band, or any kind of group entity, do you know that link is really dynamic and it really lights up this week. So there can be some real excitement around a long-term plan or a friendship, or potentially around someone you're really attracted to, with Jupiter in your 7th house of relating. But Venus, the planet of relating, is of course tracking backwards. In an existing relationship, if you've got a plan to work towards something that's perhaps a little bit more traditional, like getting spliced, buying a property or moving in together, perhaps things have slowed down a little bit. And it is true that this week Venus is afflicted by your modern ruler Pluto and the dreamy energies of Neptune. If you're really into astrology, it's a yod. So at the top of the yod, in the apex, we have Venus, which for you is in a very visible location. So in Leo, in the 10th house, I think your need to be admired and respected is really strong. But Pluto in the 3rd house suggests that someone could say something to you that's perhaps a little bit more direct, or someone that you're drawn to, Neptune in the 5th, as much as they may seem mysterious and alluring, you're not quite sure whether perhaps they really would fit into your world as it is now, because you may have a construct of how your life should be, which could be to do with the approval of parents. It could be more to do with status, to be honest. That might not be important to you individually at all, but it could be for someone else who's a Scorpio, because Venus in the 10th house in Leo is quite showy. You know, it doesn't want to associate with someone who doesn't quite meet the mark. Just being really honest. But also Saturn in your 5th house of expression of warmth and affection, which obviously has to be really meaningful with Saturn there. It can be a very cold influence. That's actually in an opposition with Mercury. So it's a real bag of bolts this week, to be honest. There is real potential there to go for it with Mars and Jupiter in a very dynamic way. Then again, another situation can seem inhibited and a bit stuck. Maybe a romance that you're in that's not quite exactly where you'd like it to be could be giving you a lot of food for thought. So the full moon gives you the chance to just tuck in a little bit into your inner world and perhaps have some time to just reflect a little bit. It's been so busy for you in recent months, so much that you've really gone for. By the end of this week, Uranus in your opposite sign also clashes with Venus. So in all sorts of relationships, this is going to create some sparks. They're both in fixed signs, so some stubbornness, some resistance, but also Uranus is a truth seeker. And that rather sort of grand Venus, which needs to maintain pretenses and keep up, you know, the public image, that could be rather challenged by the more erratic, outspoken and rebellious vibe of Uranus as this week draws to a close. But if there is a big truth-a-thon that goes on in a relationship, see that as something that gives you the chance to clear the air a little bit, ventilate some grievances or some positive things as well, but also to try to adapt and grow and change. Because you're a fixed sign, there can be a tendency to stick with what you know beyond all else. Sometimes it's good to do things in a completely different way. I want to share with you a very exciting opportunity. Year 2023 is speeding by and year 2024 is racing towards us. You can order your year 2024 personal horoscope forecast based on your personal birth data now, and I will prepare for you the rest of year 2023 free of charge. Also within my special package, you get 30% off and your character analysis report, your life roadmap, which will help you to understand the patterns that are being repeated in your situation and get a much more intimate knowledge of these and learn how to work with them in a more effective way going forwards. Please see the link below for more.